Hello student, myself Deepika Prajapati from Computer Department and welcome to all of you in today's video lecture series. So dear all student, we have already seen about DHCP performance, its architecture and how it works and what is the importance about dynamic host configuration protocol. So in this lecture series, now let's start. We have to perform how to IP address assigning for the DHCP protocol. It means dynamic host configuration protocol. So this is our the next topic from the chapter number 2, network protocols and services. So here the IP addresses assignment, it means what? How to assign every PC for the internet protocol addresses using dynamic host configuration protocol. સો આપણે જે પહેલાંના વિડીયો લેક્ચર સિરીઝમાં ડિસ્કસ કર્યું હતું એ પ્રમાણે કે જો આપણે DHCP કોન્ફિગરેશન કરતા હોઈએ અને જો એક પીસીમાં જો આપણે IP એડ્રેસ નાખીએ અને જો આપણે એનું ડાયનામિક હોસ્ટ કોન્ફિગરેશન કરતા હોઈએ તો જેટલા પણ પીસી એની સાથે કનેક્ટેડ છે એમાં ઓટોમેટિકલી IP એડ્રેસ અસાઇન થઈ જાય છે. સો અહીંયા જે અસાઇનમેન્ટ્સ છે આપણા IP એડ્રેસીસના વેરિયસ ટાઈપ્સ ઓફ અલોકેશન ફોર ધ મિકેનિઝમ ઇઝ ધ મેન્યુઅલી અલોકેશન, ઓટોમેટિક અલોકેશન એન્ડ ડાયનામિક અલોકેશન. સો આપણે અહીંયા 3 ટાઈપ્સ જોવાના છે IP એડ્રેસીસ અસાઇનમેન્ટના. હવે હું તમને જનરલી એક કોન્ફિગરેશન તમને એક્સપ્લેન કરું છું. જો તમે સાંભળો તો વ્યવસ્થિત રીતે તમને આઈડિયા આવશે કે જેટલા પણ પીસી હોય તો એ પીસી બધા પહેલાં તો એક રાઉટર સાથે કનેક્ટેડ હોય. રાઉટર મીન્સ વોટ? ઇટ ઇઝ નથિંગ બટ ધ સેન્ટ્રલી વર્ક બેઝ ઓન અવર સર્વર કોન્ફિગરેશન. એટલે કે સર્વર સાથે એક રાઉટર કનેક્ટેડ હોય અને રાઉટરની સાથે આપણા પીસી કનેક્ટેડ હોય. એટલે કે જેટલા પણ પીસી છે, તમે ટોપોલોજી સ્ટડી કરી છે તો ટોપોલોજીસની અંદર તમને ખબર હશે કઈ કઈ ટોપોલોજી હતી. તો સ્ટાર ટોપોલોજી હતી, મેશ ટોપોલોજી હતી, બસ ટોપોલોજી હતી, રિંગ ટોપોલોજી હતી. તો આવી તમે જે વેરિયસ ટાઈપ્સ ઓફ ટોપોલોજી સ્ટડી કરી છે એમાં તમે સ્વિચનો યુઝ કર્યો છે, રાઉટરનો યુઝ કર્યો છે, હબનો યુઝ કર્યો છે. તો તમે એમાં જોયું હશે કે કોઈ એક રાઉટર હોય તો એક રાઉટરની સાથે ઘણા બધા પીસી કનેક્ટેડ હોય. તો આપણે જે IP એડ્રેસ છે એમાં કોઈ રાઉટરની અંદર જે આપણું પહેલું પીસી કનેક્ટેડ હોય એમાં જો હું IP એડ્રેસ આપું તો પછી એ જ રાઉટર સાથે જેટલા પણ પીસી કનેક્ટેડ હોય એને બાય ડિફોલ્ટ અસાઇન થઈ જાય. એને આપણે કહીએ છીએ ડાયનામિક હોસ્ટ કોન્ફિગરેશન. તો એને હું તમને એઝ અ પ્રેક્ટિકલી પરફોર્મ કરીને બતાવીશ જ્યારે આપણું પ્રેક્ટિકલી સેશન સ્ટાર્ટ થશે ત્યારે. તો એમાં આપણે સિસ્કો પેકેટ ટ્રીઝરનો યુઝ કરીશું. તો તમારે તમારા લેપટોપ આઈધર પીસીની અંદર તમારે સિસ્કો પેકેટ ડાઉનલોડ કરીને રાખવું પડશે અને એમાં હું તમને બતાવીશ કે હાઉ ટુ કોન્ફિગર ધ અવર ડેસ્કટોપ કનેક્શન યુઝિંગ ધ સર્વર એન્ડ રાઉટર એન્ડ હાઉ ટુ અસાઇન ધ IP એડ્રેસીસ ટુ ઓલ પીસી યુઝિંગ ડાયનામિક હોસ્ટ કોન્ફિગરેશન. એટલે કે ડાયનામિક હોસ્ટ કોન્ફિગરેશનના બેઝ થ્રુ આપણે કઈ રીતે એક જ રાઉટર સાથે જેટલા પણ પીસી જોઈન થયેલા છે એમાં IP એડ્રેસ આપી શકીએ. So here the DHCP standard include 3 different address allocation mechanisms. So here the first is a manual allocation, then automatic allocation and then dynamic allocation. So manual, it means it is nothing but like a static allocation. It means particular IP addresses is pre-allocated to single device by an administrator. Administrator means what? Any authorized person give the IP address to your PC. It means it is a predefined allocate the IP address to the devices. It means that it our IP address as a static as well as we can also say as a manually allocation. So the DHCP only communicate the IP address to the device as a separately. That means what? It is a manually allocation. Second, automatic allocation. Automatic allocation, it means it is our dynamic host configuration. It assign an IP address permanently to a device and selecting it from pool of available addresses. That means it is automatic allocation. Whenever we configure any one device to give the IP address and use this pool of DHCP, it is also forwarded to the automatic IP address to all PC connected with one router. So that is our automatic allocation. Then dynamic allocation, it means DHCP assigning an IP address from a pool of addresses for limited periods of time, and that is chosen by the server or until the client tells the DHCP server that it no longer needs the address. So whenever any PC take IP address from pool of the addresses for limited periods of time, and that is given by any server, it means authorized person to give as a server, or until the client tells the DHCP server that is no longer needs the addresses. So these types of assignment of IP address to the device as three different manually mechanism is the first of all allocation as a manual, second allocation as a automatic, and third allocation as a dynamic. Then next, how DHCP work? So the keyword in DHCP is a dynamic, because instead of having just one fixed and specific IP address, so most computer will be assigned one that is available from subnet or pool that is assigned to the network. So what is here the subnet? Subnet means what? Whenever the IP address assigned to the devices in our IP address class as like a C class, then the IP address as 192.168.1.0 and so. These types of IP address, it means our class C type of IP address, and these types of IP address can have a subnet mask as well. We can say 255.255.255. These types of IP address connected with our class address type, that means our subnet, as well as we can say as a pool. So તમે જ્યારે પણ તમારું પીસીની અંદર કોન્ફિગરેશન થયેલું હોય છે આઈપી એડ્રેસનું, અને એને તમારે જોવું હોય તો મેં તમને કહ્યું એ પ્રમાણે કે તમારે તમારા વિન્ડો સ્ક્રીનની અંદર જે સર્ચ આપ્યું હોય છે તે તમારે કમાન્ડ ટાઈપ કરવાનું, અને કમાન્ડ પ્રોમ્પ્ટ જે તમારું પોપઅપ બોક્સ છે એ બ્લેક કલરનું તમને જ્યારે વિન્ડો સ્ક્રીનમાં શો થાય એમાં તમારે કમાન્ડ આપવાનું હોય છે IP config, IPCONFIG. આ રીતનું તમે કમાન્ડ આપીને એન્ટર આપશો એટલે તમને તમારા પીસીનું આઈપી એડ્રેસ શો થશે IPv4 કરીને. તો એમાં જે તમને IPv4 કરીને એડ્રેસ આવે છે એમાં ને એમાં નીચે આઈ થિંક તમને સબનેટ માસ્ક પણ બતાવે છે 255.255. આ રીતનું તમને સબનેટ માસ્ક પણ બતાવતા હોય છે. ઇટ મીન્સ કે તમારું જે આઈપી એડ્રેસ છે એની સાથે ને સાથે સબનેટ માસ્ક પણ હોય જ છે. So whenever the DHCP assign IP address, it actually lists that connection identifier to user's computer for a specific amount of time. So the default list is 5 days, and short list time is useful in education and other environment where user change frequently. So this is the basic concept working about dynamic host configuration protocol. So the DHCP also support static address for computer that need a permanent IP address such as a web server. So here is how DHCP process work when you go online. So first of all, you log on your computer to connect the internet. The second step, the network request an IP address that is actually referred to as a DHCP discover message. Then the third step, on behalf of your computer's request, the DHCP server allocate to your computer and IP addresses, and this is referred to as DHCP offer message. So your computer, it means you, DHCP client, take first IP address offer that comes along, and it then responds with a DHCP request message that verifies the IP address that's been offered and accepted. Okay, so the DHCP then updates the appropriate network server with the IP addresses and other configuration information for your computer, and whenever your computer, whatever network device you are using, accept the IP addresses for the list term. So here the what is the interaction between the client and server depends on DHCP. So to obtain leads, DHCP client initiate the conversation with the DHCP server using a series of DHCP messages. Is here the figure about interaction between DHCP client and server. So here what this one is client and here one is server. So this server is not connected and here this server is selected. Let's start. Here one begins initialization of the client. So here the DHCP discover, here one is also DHCP discover. Here the not connected server configuration determine, here one is server connected configuration determine. Collect both sides from this and collect this replies and select the configuration. So this DHCP request is commit configuration from this pack and initialization complete, and this is the discard laces. So this all figure is how to connect, it means interaction between client and server. So what is the every term work for the DHCP interaction client and server? So here DHCP discover is used by client to locate DHCP server and request IP addresses. So what is just DHCP discover? It is used by client to locate DHCP server and request IP address. Second, DHCP offer, how it work? So that is used by server to offer IP address to server. Then DHCP request, it means that used by client to request specific IP address. DHCP decline, it means it's used by client to reject an IP address is offered by server. DHCP pack, used by your server to acknowledge a client's acceptance of offered IP address. DHCP NAK, used by server to reject client's acceptance of offered by IP addresses based on the client. Once again, this is the most important thing about DHCP NAK. It is used by server to reject client's acceptance of offered IP addresses. DHCP release is used by clients to terminate a lease, and DHCP inform, that is used by clients that have already been assigned as IP addresses to request additional configuration. Next, DHCP architecture. So here one is the DHCP architecture consists of DHCP client and server, and here one is the once important thing about DHCP relay agent. So how the DHCP relay agent between client and server. So this is our figure about DHCP architecture using DHCP relay agent, and this concept is very most MP concept for the GTU exam, and this concept again and again asked in GTU exam, having either 3 marks or 4 marks. So be concentrate. So first of all, DHCP client. So DHCP client is any network enabled device that support the ability to communicate with DHCP server in compliance with RFC 2131 for the purpose of obtaining dynamic lease IP configuration and related optional information. So this is the server in complement of our DHCP client. So this is a communication of DHCP server in compliance with RFC 2131. So here the support for the client computers running any of the following operating system as provide for the DHCP is Windows Vista, Windows Server 2008, Windows Explorer, Windows Server 2003, Windows 2000, Windows 98 and Windows NT version 4.0. So these all for the DHCP provide support for client computers running any of the following operating these types of system. So this is all OS, operating system. Next, DHCP server. So DHCP server is used to centrally allocated transmission control protocol internet protocol address configuration to computers automatically without setting it manually. It saves time to set up and manage TCP/IP network if network is big, and if the IP address is actively used, then computer will ask the server to renew the lease. Here one is most important thing about relay agent of DHCP. So it passes DHCP request from one LAN to another, so that there need not be DHCP server on every LAN. Keep in your mind most important statement about this DHCP relay agent. Once again, it passes DHCP request from one LAN to another, so that there need not be a DHCP server on every LAN. So it is a small program that relays DHCP boot transfer protocol message between client and server on a different subnet, and a relay agent relays DHCP boot messages that are broadcast on one of its connected physical interface, such as a network adapter, to another remote subnet to which it is connected by other physical interfaces. We have already seen about the concept regarding bootstrap protocol, BOOTP. So you all very well know the concept about our DHCP as well as this BOOTP, bootstrap protocol. Then next, DHCP objective. So here one is the DHCP objective is what? It should be able to provide a workstation with all the settings needed to configure TCP/IP client, so that no manual configuration is needed. Once again, it should be able to provide a workstation with all the settings needed to configure TCP/IP client, so that no manual configuration is needed. So why we all no needed to manual configuration? Because DHCP objective server should be able to provide a workstation with all settings of the configured TCP/IP client. So it should assign IP address to prevent duplication of addresses on the network, and DHCP server should support the assignment of specific IP addresses to specific client system. So it should be able to configure clients on the other subnet through the use of relay agent. Okay, so here this one is the packet structure for the message format of DHCP. So once again, what is the packet structure about DHCP message format? So here one is operation code, hardware type, hardware length, and HOP count. Here the transcription ID, number of seconds, here unused, client IP address, your IP address, server IP address, gateway IP address, and here one is a client hardware address, server name, boot file name, and operations depends on variable length. Here one is the advantage about DHCP. So DHCP minimize the administrative burden. By using DHCP, there is no chance to conflict IP address, and by using DHCP relay agent, you provide IP address to the another network. And what is the disadvantages of DHCP? So when DHCP server is unavailable, client is unavailable to access enterprises network. So whenever DHCP server is unavailable, client is unable to access enterprises network, and your machine name does not change when you get a new IP address. So this is the disadvantage about DHCP. Okay, I hope dear all students you all easily understand about this all topic from the chapter number 2, network protocol and services. Okay, thank you.